Barnes & Noble here in Chandler, in Arizona. I went there for like an entire year, like pretty much every day, and just would sit in the Starbucks that they have in there and borrow their books because I couldn't afford them all. And I ended up getting like really close with the girls who work there in the Starbucks, and they were like, yeah, just use the books, you can totally use them. And I'm like, really, this seems like, why don't everybody do this? But that's where I learned any of my basic knowledge on painting and composing a painting, or how to do it technically sound so that it lasts and doesn't yellow or run or like fade. So I think I've learned some pretty good stuff. Some of the books I did end up buying. Some of the books I probably will just go there and revisit and read again. That's how I started putting myself out there as an artist, actually. I was practicing painting watercolors, and I would do it right there in the Starbucks. And a lady came up and asked me, "Oh, are you an artist?" And I was like, "Oh, aspiring." We had like a little small talk. And she's like, "Can I see the paintings that you have, with you right now?" And I had like my whole folder of all the paintings that I had started or finished, and they were terrible. They were so bad. But she really liked them, and she's like, "Oh my God, how much for this?" And it was really cool painting before I really learned how to do portraits correctly. It was a really pretty painting of a girl, and I was like, "Oh, $5," like I first of all, at that time I didn't even consider somebody wanting to buy any of my art. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she like stepped away, I think, to go talk to her husband. And then she came back and she handed me a check for like $100. And I was like, and at the time I really needed the money. So it was a huge blessing. And I was like, I can't accept this. Like, oh my God. And she's like, "No, it's amazing. Like, this is your first painting that you've ever sold. When you're famous one day, like, I'll have the first painting you ever sold." And she actually ended up, I kept in touch with her, and she's also an artist, which is cool because I love it when artists support other artists. And she and I still keep touch, although I haven't spoke with her in a while, but she kind of mentored me for a little bit and how to do like the art business side. So it was really cool. Barnes & Noble. Who'd have thunk it, of all the places? I would never have. It's a great place, but geez. I ended up getting tons of business there. Like, once I sold one painting, everyone around was like, the same day even, was wanting to buy paintings and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, does she pay these people? Am I punked, And then from there, I was like, well, maybe I could actually really start putting my art out there and maybe making some money off it. And maybe, like, being able to get an actual name for myself without, because I always thought you had to go to art school to be a legitimate artist. But I am very legitimate, and I have yet to go to art school. So I still want to, but it doesn't take away legitimacy, that's for sure. And then from there, I started doing art shows and made an art Instagram